everybody. I am here with my sidekick, Professor Emily. Emily, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
I think Emily's asleep. Wake up! It's a beautiful
Hi.
spring day. Yes, there we go. So Emily and I are going to show you the results of our refrigerator scraps garden. And then we are going to continue talking a little bit about how some things grow and some important parts of the flowers. So Emily, let's give them a view of how our refrigerator scraps garden grew. Can you hold the onion up, please? Whoops, there we go. Can you guys see that? So I'm going to take it out and I'm going to hold it close to the camera so you can see. We've got some roots growing down and some green stems growing up. So that is doing really well. Look how much it's grown since we put it in the water 2 weeks ago. What do we have next, Emily? What's that one? What is it?
Lettuce.
Thank you. Speak up so they can hear you. So Emily and I put the bottom half of a head of lettuce, and look at how much growth we have on there. Good. And Emily, what's next? Oh, that one's growing really well. What do we have? What is it?
Celery.
Okay, you need to speak up so they can hear you. So this is our celery, and it's doing really well. I'm excited to see how that's going. So the carrot, you don't see much growth on the bottom, and actually it's starting to look like it's getting a little moldy. We had a little bit of growth, but not a lot on that carrot, so I'm not sure what's going on with that one. And then the parsnip is not showing much growth on the top, but we can see, if you can see really close up, there's some little roots that are starting to sprout out the bottom. So the carrot and the parsnip are taking a really long time to grow. So what we did is we put these kitchen scraps into some water, and they are absorbing the water, but they're also starting to sprout out roots. So we're going to talk a little bit about how important roots are to the plants. So plants need roots. Roots hold them into the ground and keep them from falling over, and the roots grow down into the ground and hold on tight to keep those trees from falling over in those heavy, heavy winds. Roots are very important, kind of like our feet, right? Roots get food for the whole plant. They suck up food and water from the soil. See that? Roots send food up to the plant stems, and stems carry the food to the rest of the plant. Look at that. All kinds of roots. Long tree roots spread out under the soil, and they search for the water below. Have you ever gone hiking out in the woods and you're just walking along a trail and all of a sudden there's a root right there? Well, that's a tree reaching out to find a source of water. Careful so you don't stumble on those roots. Now out in the desert, cactus have shallow roots that soak up rain very quickly, because does it rain a lot in the desert? No, it does not. So when it does rain, they've got to catch that rain and soak it up really quickly. And then they store the water in the plant. Now these are water plants. These are water lilies. Have you ever seen a water lily on a pond? Kind of like Monet's water lily. They grow their roots down into the mud, and the roots keep the plants from floating away. Did you know that we eat roots? Yes, we do. That's right, carrots. We eat some roots. Carrots are the top roots of green leafy carrot plants. And onions are a root vegetable as well. Turnips are root vegetables. They taste good in soups and in salads. Any of you ever had a turnip? Deep or shallow, thick or thin, roots help plants stay alive. All right, so we have 3 root vegetables right here. A parsnip is a root vegetable, a carrot like we saw in the book, and our onion. And potatoes are also a root vegetable. The roots come down into the ground, and that's where the potatoes sprout. So the farmer has to dig into the dirt to find those potatoes. So today we're going to do a little bit of planting, and we're going to use 2 different kind of planters. And the first one is going to be a carton garden. Now, how many of you have a milk carton or an orange juice carton in your refrigerator? Okay, great. So that's what you want to start with. So as soon as you finish drinking whatever's inside that carton, you're going to want to wash it out thoroughly and then have one of your grown-ups just cut one side, just like that. Now, a second step you can do, and you don't have to, but it makes it a little more interesting, is you cut out a little window on the side. You're going to fill the dirt in here. Can you see my fingers? They're going to look like the roots of a plant. While your plants are growing, you can actually watch the roots come down into the ground, just like that. So the way I made the window was I cut it out, then I took some packing tape and I stuck it on this side, and then I flipped the carton this way and I taped it on the inside so it wasn't sticky. We don't want the dirt to stick to the window. All right, so Emily, can you bring that container of dirt over here, please? And then one more thing, if you could just grab me those 2 plants. These were iris that someone had given me. And iris are actually a bulb plant. They don't grow from a seed, they grow from a bulb. And there you can see the roots of the iris. I thought those were really interesting. So other bulb plants that you have out in your garden that are blooming right now would be tulips, hyacinths, and daffodils. So those are plants that are grown from bulbs. We are actually going to use some seeds today. All right? So Emily's going to take her shovel, and she's going to shovel some dirt into our carton garden carefully so we don't get it all over the table. There we go. And while she's doing that, she and I thought it would be interesting to actually plant the onion, because that one seems to be growing the fastest and has the most interesting roots on it. So we are going to plant this onion in our carton garden, but then, we can go a little faster. Then the other things, sorry sweetie, I'm reaching. There we go. The other things we thought we would try were some bush beans and maybe some marigolds. So we're going to have 3 things growing in our carton garden. Now, if mom and dad or mommies are making trips to the grocery store, I am sure in the produce department they probably have their seeds out. So you could pick up a couple of bags of seeds. I need to move slowly, please. All right, we're almost done here. And all right, so Emily's got this just almost halfway full. So I'm going to help her quickly fill this up. I'll finish up the rest, okay? So we can get going here. All righty, there we go. So we've got some nice dirt, and now you can see it in the window there. You see that? All right. So we are going to first take our onion. So we're going to dig a little bit of a hole so that onion can be covered up, and we're going to stick it right down in there, and then we're going to cover it up a little bit. All right. So Emily, after we do this planting, what do you think we need to do for the seeds and for the onion?
Water it.
Yes. So could you step over there and get that pitcher full for me? While Emily's getting the water, I am going to open up the pole beans. These are And these look just like beans. It's like Jack and the Beanstalk. We're just gonna stick maybe one, thank you, Emily, two, and Emily's gonna do one right here, 3 and 4. Here's another one. I'm gonna put that one right here. There we go. So we got some pole beans. Maybe we will just do 2 more pole beans and just do onions and beans today in this one. So you want to stick that one right in there. Cover it up. No. Don't do that. And stick this one right in here. And cover it up. There we go. All right, so Emily's going to water very little and slowly. Very little and slowly. There we go. Okay. Give them a little bit of water. There we go. Terrific. Okay. So, there you have it. There is our carton garden, and hopefully we will be able to see the roots growing down here from the plants that we have planted in here. The onion and the pole beans. Now, the really cool thing about using or reusing a carton like this, who knows what special day is coming up in April on April 22nd? Earth Day. That's right. So it's time to start thinking about reducing, reusing, and recycling a little bit more to help the earth. So one of those ways to do that is to be reusing some containers that you have at home instead of just throwing them into the garbage or even recycling them. So why don't you sit down? We've got another container right here. Now this one we got when we bought something at Costco, actually. These little cups came in here. It was a dessert. But after I took the cups out, I thought, wow, what a cool way to make a little greenhouse. All right, and a greenhouse is a planter that comes with a top, so it does its own watering. You sit it in the sun, moisture will form at the top and will drip down, and it will water your plants inside. One other container that's really good for this are the plastic dozen egg containers, because the top covers over, so you could use that as a greenhouse as well. So Emily, we're going to put a little bit of, you know what, let's not use that one. That one seems to be causing a big mess. So let's use the spoon, please. And we're going to put some dirt in there. And then we are going to put some flower seeds in here. And we have some marigolds. And we have a flower mixture. And then we also have a cucumber over there. And we have spinach. All right, that's good. Let's move on to the next one, please. All right. So Emily and I are going to finish this garden together. See what you have around your house that you might be able to reuse for a garden. And we'll check in with you. And please post what you're doing on our Facebook page, or you can email me directly. But I would love to see what's growing at your house. All right, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.